Khan, we're good, bro.
Okay?
Yeah.
Khan, so first and foremost, we're going to say double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect, pushing His word and truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. We're going to get into prophecy, man. Okay? We're going to talk about the upcoming events for this world, for this society that we live in. Because that's our main job. You know, if you're going to call yourself a servant of the Lord or a prophet, you're to prophesy, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people who call themselves, you know, Christians or servants of the Most High and His Son don't even know the prophecies. They either willingly neglect the prophecies or they don't know how to break down the prophecies and try to break them down anyway for their own convenience, man. But we're going to give out the truth, and whether you hear it or not, it's going to happen, you know?
Yeah. I got a scripture for you,
Yeah,
you know, just about saying that. Because it's very important, like, you know, what the brother's talking about prophesying. You know, that's literally it, man.
Yeah.
You know, prophecy, man, and that's it. Because everything happens according to prophecies, which was spoken of prior to the, you know, foundation of the earth, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. It says, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me."
You know, give them warning.
Yeah.
You know, when you warn someone, that's the whole meaning behind warning is to tell somebody something before the event happens.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we're to do. We're to warn our people.
Yeah.
The rest of you, honestly, is hey man, like your judgment is either death or slavery. You know, and that's according to the Most High.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're just out here to talk to our people. Now, our people are among every nation. You know what I mean? So evidently that has us preaching to everybody. But that's exactly what the brother said. That's what it's about, man. It's about prophecies.
Yeah, it's the same thing like we say, man. Like, or like the whole world knows this is don't kill the messenger. He's only there to deliver the message.
Yeah.
Why are you getting mad at the messenger? He's only sent to give you the message. You know, it's kind of like it's kind of like I forget what it was, but like, you know, back then, like they like, you know, my people used to write letters, you know, and give it to the bird, right? Like, and the bird would actually fly.
Yeah, like a pigeon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
right? Like, you won't kill the bird, you know, for delivering you that letter, man.
Yeah,
It's just doing its job.
Right.
And that's the same thing. That's why the Lord right here said what? He said, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman." What, like now? What does a watchman do? A watchman warns. Whether, you know, there's good news, you know, coming into the city, or there's, you know, like a trumpet of war, you know. And so what does the watchman do? The watchman warns the people, tell them to get prepared, or get your shit and get the hell out, because, you know, there's people coming for war, you know. And then it says what? It says, "Therefore hear the word at my mouth." And that's the point right there. It's not our words. We're not the ones who are saying these things. It's the Lord. And then we're just delivering it, man.
That's actually beautiful, because the next scripture I want you to get after this is we'll read 2 Amos 15.
Okay,
It goes
come.
right
Yeah,
into what you're saying right now.
come. And then it says, "And give them warning from me." So this is a warning from the Lord Yahweh Shai, and not us.
Yeah,
You know, we're not the ones who are telling you that we're going to be doing this thing. We're not the ones who have the power right now to be able to make these prophecies, you know, come to pass. The Lord is the one, you know, that uses us as vessels.
Yeah.
Okay, we are a part of it, but we're not the main ones who control it.
Yeah.
If it was, if we had that power, man,
It would
like,
be done a
that's
long
it.
time ago,
We would have been out of here a
Yeah.
long time ago. The moment we knew our Israelites ain't supposed to go into slavery, we would have done it right there and then.
Yeah.
But there's more things that gotta, there's more things, exactly, that has to come to pass.
Yeah.
As the scripture said, right?
Yeah.
And then it says, "When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand."
That's right, man. Because that's the same. That's putting your talent or in your or hiding your talent in the napkin.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so You know, it's like, well, why in the world would I give you this wisdom and knowledge
If you're not gonna use
if
it.
you're not going to use it?
Yeah.
You know, you're worse than the people who don't even have the wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah, that's one thing that they usually say is that I'm a pretty much people who waste talent. People don't like those type of people, man, because they can see your potential, they can see your talent, but when you waste it, it hurts them because you got people who actually want that.
Yeah,
Right?
who are working for that.
Yeah.
Searching for that. That's
Yeah.
what the scriptures say.
Yeah.
Talks about Israel looking.
What's up? Yeah.
Hey, you guys
What's
doing?
up, man? What's up?
Good,
Good?
good.
Good. Yeah.
The scriptures say that. You guys, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. Take care. If you guys, or
Yeah, they're like
wait, go on, hey? Okay. Good.
like
Save me
yeah.
from a bunch of demons that
Yeah.
cause trouble, eh?
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
But,
I
like-
know them.
Oh, man, man.
Yeah.
But it's like, shit, I lost my thought.
Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah.
We're talking about, like I'm a people who waste talent or like.
Oh yes, yeah, Kant,
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
The scriptures say that it's roughly paraphrased. It talks about how some of them have sought it, or I think it's Romans 11 where it says talks about the Israelites that have been looking for the truth.
Yeah.
Where does it
yeah,
go
yeah.
again?
It says I'm like it says it says I'm a Israel that obtain that which is seeking for, but the elect
have
yeah.
Kant. That's
Yeah.
and that's an
and the rest
example.
were blinded. Yeah.
Right, that's an example of that. Because you know what, in the end of the day, man, you know what's crazy, a personal story of mine, a couple years back, I remember I met some dude at my work, and, I kind of like broke down the scriptures a tiny bit to him, told him stories about King David and little stuff like that, and he was like flabbergasted at the wisdom that I was breaking out. And at the time, because you're young in the truth,
Yeah.
and you don't really want to because you don't want to cause problems or trouble that's not necessary.
Yeah.
So I was really hush about what I knew, and he would want to learn. He was like, okay, tell me more. But he would ask me in front of people,
Yeah.
and I would be like, I'd like keep it hush. And he told me, he's like, yo, you know what, man, that kind of pisses me off when you do that. You have all this. I mean, he didn't know that I knew that you need to be discreet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the example is, he's like, in his eyes, he was like, man, I am 35 years old. You're 24. I've been looking for this my whole life, and you're nervous when you talk about it. Because I kind of was, I would talk about it, or I was nervous to talk about it out loud because you don't know who these people are, man.
Yeah,
Esau's
exactly.
ready to, I can lose my job,
Yeah.
whatnot, and he didn't understand that. But that's an example of that.
Yeah.
People can see in you that you have this potential and wisdom, and if you're wasting it, man, they get pissed off too because it's a wasteful thing, you know.
Very true. Very true. This is the book of this is the book of Sirach, chapter 41, verse 14. My children, keep discipline in peace, for wisdom that is hid and a treasure that is not seen, what profit is in them both?
Yeah.
Right? Wisdom that is hid and treasure that is not seen.
Yeah.
Right? What is the profit of those both, man? There is none because no one knows about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's very true.
Right?
Very
Right?
true.
And then it goes on and says, a man that hideth his foolishness is better than a man that hideth his wisdom.
Con. Yeah. 100%.
You know? That's right. Going back here in Ezekiel, it says, verse 19, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked ways, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul.
Come man.
And so although we're messengers, right, as a messenger, you have a job. You have a duty that you must complete. And if you don't do that, the Lord can just hire someone else. It's just that simple. You know? Like the Lord bought us, with a price, man. And so you gotta do your part, man. You know what I mean? Right? So that's why it says, or that's why, we're out here doing this thing, is because we're out here to save our souls, man. If the Lord just told us, hey, just do this for me, and this is the reward that I will give you, yo, you take whatever the Lord can give you, man.
Yeah.
That's it. And you move on from there. But you got some people who the Lord gave them a certain portion, but they want more because they see another brother have a bigger role, and which means that he has a bigger portion, which the Lord gives you a portion according to your spirit, man.
Yeah. That's very true, because you know what, man. You know, the people say you never know what you have until it's gone.
Yeah.
Well, you never know what you can handle until it's in your hands.
Yeah.
And it's very true, man. Like, there's lots of times where, you know, men think they can handle, men actually think that they can handle this kind of wisdom. And then it's like when you break it down to them, they're like, I still don't get it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, man, like, you know what I mean? That's an example right there.
Yeah.
Even brothers that, you know, the men that were in the truth and fell out, they fell out, you know, for many wicked things, but majority of that was prideful, prideful lust.
Yeah.
After other brothers' talents,
Yeah.
you know, feeling insecure because the brother is doing something better than you, and you let your emotions run wild with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you always say, we're all fighting for the same penny. Man, King David said, "I will just be a door. If I can just be a doorkeeper, man." Like,
Yeah.
King David is heavy, bro. That's Peter in the reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Moses, and he said he just wants to be a doorkeeper. And you got brothers who are not even on the same, not even at the same seat as a man like that, and you know they're envying other brothers who have that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that's how humble he was.
That's how humble they. That's why the scriptures say, "The wiser thou art, the more humble that you should be."
Yes.
And it's true, because you should know enough to not say a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I remember reading this once. It was like, yo, listen twice and talk once. And it's very true.
Yeah. And then, you know, like at the same time, living in this wicked society, man, like, man, it's so fucking hard having this wisdom
Yeah.
and then being amongst people who are in the world.
Yeah.
Do you know how much it burns, bro, to
Yeah.
like always want to correct them?
Yeah, 100%.
Right? It's
100%.
yo, like that fire is in your spirit, like it's just burning, like
Yeah.
you know, and then it makes you look like you're crazy
Yeah.
amongst them,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's like, damn, like why is he always, you know, like
Angry, right? He's
yeah,
always down, or upset.
yeah, bro. But you know, that's just how it is for us,
Yeah.
man. It's because we've completely committed.
Yeah,
you
we're
know,
completely,
right?
washed out the nonsense that was in our head
Yeah,
before. Yeah,
exactly.
we're completely committed.
Yeah, you know, there's no fakeness in us. Now, does that mean that we're not balanced? No. Yes, we are balanced, but at the same time, the shit burns when you're amongst people who are in the world and they say certain things.
Yeah.
You know, like me, for example, like I get pissed off. You know, like when people tell me that, you know, like my nationality is African, like I fucking hate that.
Yeah,
Like it actually
yeah.
burns my spirit,
Yeah.
but I have to, you know, be able to deal with that, man. Like I literally have to lie to people and tell them, yo, this is where I'm from. Like,
Yeah.
like yo, like that shit, like it fucking eats my spirit,
Yeah,
bro.
100%.
You know, but I have to deal with that. You know, that's something, you know, that that just pisses me off. You know, but for a different brother, it might be something else. And
Yeah.
that's the precious thing about this truth is that, you know, like I said, man, it literally just clears all the fucking nonsense out the way, and it
Yeah.
shows you its pureness.
Yeah.
And once you get that experience, it's so hard to just be okay with, you know,
The gray areas.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
it's
like
'cause-
you're just analytical with everything.
Everything,
Like, everything that you're
yeah,
on point. It's just
yeah.
what it is. There is no emotions
Yeah,
behind it,
and
man.
you know what, man? That's a very good example. That's a really good point, because like this is a test. This is an example of, or this is a testament to how unstructured this society is and the people within it. Because you know, when you understand the truth and you come into it, everything is black and white, as it should be. You shouldn't have gray areas, because gray areas just leads to confusion. You know, everything should be black and white and simplified. And so when you're with certain people, you talk to them and you talk in that manner where it's like, no, actually, this is what it is.
Yeah.
You can see them get angry and frustrated with you because you're constructing them with order.
Yeah.
And they want to be out there free and doing whatever and live without order.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, why the fuck did you ask me the question?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you asked me how to do this. I'm like, this is how you do it. It's like, well, that's too constrained. Okay, well, go run free then. You know, like.
Yeah, man. Like it's so true, because you know, just last night, you know, like I was having like a conversation, right, like with a few family members, right, and we're talking about nationality, you know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Yo, my
It
spirit
must
was
have been a long
my spirit was
conversation
here,
for
bro.
you.
I was about to knock someone out, bro. I was so pissed, you know. And the reason is because you got these people who talk about, you know, like we gotta do things as, you know, our culture, right? And so we're talking about nationality, right? And one of the ladies was like, Emmanuel, this is where you're from because you're, you know, I'm our forefathers or
Do you
your
kind of think that
grandparents.
Jesus can show up if he wanted to show up in an Indian, an Aboriginal, he'll show up Aboriginal?
He
Something
could.
that wouldn't scare them.
You're right. He could
And if
do.
he wanted to see dark, like me,
Yeah.
Negro, he'd go to Negro.
Yeah.
White, he'd go to white.
Right. And he could.
But most
The
of the time, he used to come in clean things.
yeah. Like as far as apparel, yeah. But the thing is, that, you know, that's true. He could show up in any manner to anybody. But
Like,
the question,
the dove.
right? The question that needs to be asked is why would he do that? You know?
I believe Jesus. I don't know if I really
You think-
seen
you think
him,
some
but
of
I
the Lord-
seen a tornado.
Do you
Not
think this,
a whirlwind,
do you think
not
this,
a tornado.
well, do you think the Son of the Lord looks like this or like that?
And it spoke to me like,
What,
and I just said I was sorry. I was just a kid. I was a kid.
right.
And I just said I was sorry, and I put my head down. I know I didn't want to look at
You
it.
saw a tornado or a whirlwind?
I remember a lot of things. I've been through a lot.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright.
Indians, a lot of people, not only from the Negro, but the witchcraft, a lot of witchcraft. I've been through a lot of witchcraft
Yeah.
because they're picking on me since I was a little girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, according to reserve, I'm skulking.
Yeah. You know, that's actually crazy too.
But
Like,
they can't fight Jesus because I know Jesus now. They have a hard time to get.
it's crazy too because our people, man, like, you know, on a side note with that, that's, you know, our people are heavy to witchcraft and stuff like that, and they do that because they're trying to find a way out of their own hell. You know, that's the same stuff that our people were doing in the time of Moses. You know, praying to all these different gods. They were doing witchcraft and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah, very true.
yeah, what you were saying?
Oh yeah.
Nationality.
Yeah, kind, you know. So, you know, pretty much go back to, you know, like what I was saying was that last night I was having a conversation with some family members and we were talking about nationalities, and, you know, they were pretty much telling me that this is where I'm from, you know, da 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 da. And in my spirit, I'm like, nah, man, like, fuck that. You know, although I should be like, you know what? These are women, man, you know, like, they don't know shit. It was just
Still
fucking,
burns.
bro,
Still
it was
burns.
like, it was just in my spirit to be like, nah, you're
Yeah,
wrong. You know
yeah.
what I mean? This is where we go from, you know, and according to culture, which what you guys say that you believe as well, right? And according to your belief, right? What does the culture say? It says that you are who your father is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right? And they understand that.
Yeah.
But then they want to say, oh, well, you know, because your mom is also this, that means that you're 50%. And I'm like, okay, well, then if my forefathers were also some of that, then that's, you know, so then that means that I'm 25% here. But then if you go back, like, let's say, like a few hundred years, you won't know who the hell you are because you're just 1%, 2%. It doesn't make any
0.2%,
sense. It does not
0.3,
make
yeah.
any sense. You are who your father is. There is no mixture. There is no mixing seed, right? And so when I broke that down to them, bro, it's like, man, you're like, why the fuck are you getting angry? I'm like, I'm not getting angry.
I'm
huh?
breaking. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm just,
That's good.
right? I'm just breaking it down. According to what you say I am, technically I'm not because
Yeah.
I am who my father is, and
Yeah.
this is where my father's line goes to.
Right.
Why can't I say that this
Explain
is who I
that,
am,
yeah.
right? But then you want to tell me, no, because your father was raised with these people,
Yeah.
that means that you're also part of them. No,
Yeah.
just because my father is raised with a group of people doesn't make them that because it all goes back to the bloodline.
Yeah.
Then that
Yeah.
is what makes you who you are. It's
Yeah.
the seed, man. But when I break that down to them, they won't take it because they want to add women into everything, you know.
Yeah.
Because your mothers also have this, that means that, you know, I'm like,
Yeah,
nah, man.
people out here are stuck on stupid, man.
Yeah.
It's just that simple, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this society promotes, you know, chaos in
Yeah.
the mind and in the body.
Yeah. And so like my point is that, man, it's like I could have easily just been like, yeah, whatever, cool, or just like ignored it or just changed the topic. But my spirit was fucking burning, bro. I was
Yeah.
pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, man, I'm not taking that shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not taking that shit because I want to make a fucking point so that next time they don't do that shit with me, man.
Yeah. And that's you know,
You know?
that and you know, yeah, kind and you know that actually matures brothers, man. Like being in a situation like that matures you because then you start to spend time alone, man. You're like, fuck it. When
I'm
you know what I
telling
mean?
you, bro. Bro, I don't want
Right?
to be around nobody,
Yeah,
bro,
man.
except the scriptures and the brothers, you know,
That's
and
it.
in my videos.
Yeah.
I'm good, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I fucking love it when I'm by myself,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know, like honestly, bro. Like there's certain times where I'm just like, yo, the fuck am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I could just be by myself chilling.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
And that's that scripture that like you know enmity with the world. If you have enmity with the world, you're friends with the Most High. But if you have enmity with the Most High, you're friends with the world. You know, it's like that's how it works. So you realize that yo, I'm not like these people aren't like me. I'm not like these people. Like whenever I can be alone, I'm gonna make sure I'm alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, and I find, me personally, is that when you're alone, you tend to actually focus more.
Yeah,
and you
100%. Less
right,
distractions.
right, exactly. There's less distraction, and you give your focus towards the thing that your spirit pulls you towards, man. And so, if you're always dwelling within the scriptures, you're reading and so on, you become hungrier and you learn more and so on and on. But when there's distractions, it's easy to just, you know, I'm gonna turn the TV on, you know, and play 2K like all day. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's very easy, man, when there's distractions. But when you're focused and you're by yourself, you can balance yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're not always looking for me time, you know? Which me time sometimes, you know, it means that because we're in the flesh, you want to do the things of the flesh, like,
Yeah.
you know?
You want
Like,
to uplift your spirit.
Yeah,
And just, like, you want
correct.
to do good things. Yeah.
exactly, but when you're by yourself all the time, you have a me time all
All
the
the
fucking
time,
time.
yeah.
Which means that now you can balance yourself, you can still do the things, you know, that will keep you, you know, sane, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? But it's not you always doing the things of the lust of the flesh,
Yeah.
you know, and then a little bit of the spiritual things, which is the scriptures and so on and on, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're not always hungry for that me time when you're by yourself because you're already by yourself, which means that you have a me time, man.
Yeah. Come.
You know?
You want to get second address?
Yes, got you. Yeah. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy,
Good, yeah.
which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai,
That's right.
and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
True, man. That nonsense that our people say about, well, it's the white man's book. You know,
It's in the book.
It's in the book. You know, like, but they, you know, these guys that talk about this, that say these kind of things, are guys who have degrees.
Yeah,
But what about your books?
yeah,
You know, how do you know your books is actually based on reality? Like, for example, man, let me tell you something that was told to me. My coworker, she has a degree in psychology, a 4-year degree in psychology, and she told me the other day, she's like I have a 4-year degree in psychology, and I don't know nowhere near as much as you.
Hey.
And that's like, that speaks volumes, man.
yeah. You know, someone said this is that a thorough knowledge of the scripture is better than any college education. Just the basic knowledge of the
Yeah.
scriptures is better than any fucking degree out there.
That's powerful, man.
And it's true.
Powerful, man. Yeah, because like we're taking the flesh apart and we're discerning spirits.
Yeah.
How many people out here talk about or think about spirits?
Yeah.
Not really, man. Like you got people saying, "Oh yeah, I just don't like that guy's vibe." You know, I don't, whatever. And you know, in science, science calls it energy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a spirit. And they're both the same thing, but we're getting right to the point with it. And like, so, you know, my point is that the scriptures, when it says these are faithful and true,
Yeah.
they are faithful and true, man. It's just that simple. People out here are taking 4-year degrees and still can't compare with knowledge. And I wasn't talking about anything heavy.
Yeah.
We're talking about some light stuff.
It's things that make sense.
The things that make
Oh,
that's yeah,
hold on,
things that make sense.
Hold on, man. There's just one scripture in the book of Proverbs, but go ahead, so like
Yeah,
it.
no, it's okay. Yeah, things that make sense. So like, you know, in reality, when people complain about the truth or the knowledge of the Lord being in a book, it's because they actually, it comes from their insecurity of not being able to understand it.
Yeah.
Or a past or being mistaught about the Bible.
Yeah.
They one time the wrong person tried to teach from the Bible, and they can see the holes, and they're like, well, you know what, this Bible's probably not true.
Oh man, just just the other day I had this, this one lady, right? She's a family member. She's about that anyways. But we're talking about how the society, there's a lot of homosexuals and so on and on, right? And this is a woman who goes to church all the fucking time, right? She's always telling me, man, like how come, you don't go to church no more? Like I don't tell her about what I do.
Yeah.
I'm like in the scripture, like I'm this or that, right?
Yeah.
And we were just talking about, how the society, there's a lot of homosexuality and so on and on. And then I told her, I just said, it's the same thing that happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. She was like, what? I was like, Sodom and Gomorrah, do you know, you know what I mean? Like,
you know that story?
like, Sodom and Gomorrah in the book of Genesis. I told her it's the same thing. It's, they were called sodomites for a reason, Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And she was like, they were homosexuals? Is that why God destroyed them? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, I never knew.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
she's probably been going to church for years, right?
Yo, she's been going to church for years. She's been teaching her kid, this is, this and this. And her knowledge or her understanding is that, man, like, they just told us, what happened, but they never explained it to us in church. And that's why I'm like, man, this is why it's like you have these type of people who have degrees, who have, well-paying jobs, and they become proud and they think they know something, but when all hell breaks loose, they won't understand why it's happening, man.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's why the Lord got to get rid of them, man.
Yeah. And that's why we're set up, man. Beginning with the apostles on down. That's why the Most High set us up, because we're to sift out the confusion for anybody that's of the elect.
Yeah.
Because man, with the amount of confusion in society, if it wasn't for the Lord to through Yahushua to wake up the apostles and their elders, man, it's already a cesspool with the truth. Without it, fuck, I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. But I got a scripture for you. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 6. A scorner seeketh wisdom, and findeth it not. But knowledge is easy unto him that understandeth. Right? It's easy. It's basic common sense. It's honestly so simple. It's like 1 + 1 is 2. That's literally how it is for us, because it's common sense. It makes sense. Esau put us in slavery, so he's going to put us in slavery. Why is it that when someone comes and does damage to my household, I gotta give them hugs, and pray for them? Hell no, that's not my first reaction. So when we woke up and the scripture says, nah, man, if that person does that, you better get, that person has to pay back twice.
What they did,
Bro, that shit made my spirit I fucking clap, bro. Like, yes, why? Because it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's justice.
Yeah.
That's how the Lord is, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why it's easy for us to understand, because we've naturally been feeling certain ways when certain things happen to us, right?
Yeah.
It's like when someone comes and talks shit, you're not just gonna sit there and just take it, right?
Yeah,
like it's not within
100%.
your spirit to just sit there and take it and look at them and smile. Hell nah! What the fuck you mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck you doing? Like, you're going to react. It's basic nature, bro.
Yeah.
It's just how our spirit has been created. You react to certain things. However, that person has treated you, you react towards it, man. And that's how the scriptures is. But nah, man, people say, oh no, if someone does this, you gotta turn back, and I'll say,
turn
nah,
the other cheek.
yeah, man.
That's something that these churches preach a lot about. Turn the other cheek.
And and then on top of that, they don't even understand what that means, man.
No, they really don't. Yeah, that's metaphor, man. They really don't understand that. That's within the brotherhood.
Yeah. Well, came my spirit roster, man. I fucking hate, man. That's why I like being by myself, man.
Yeah, man.
I like being by myself, man. Cause I don't have to explain this to nobody. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, yes, other brothers know.
Or rather, we don't have to explain it to stupid people. People who are not sincere.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. If you're sincere, yo, by all means, man, we can sit down any fucking time, any day, and we'll go through the scriptures and break it down. You know,
small step by
step by step.
Yeah, and that's why when the brother read, a scorner looks for knowledge and he doesn't find it, it's because he's not sincere.
And find it not.
And not find it not, he's not sincere. He's coming in the mind of scorning.
Yeah.
You know, that's like yo. I have some bugged out people in the world who, okay, man, I'm ready for this. I wanna learn about this, but don't bring up the Bible. Man, get the fuck out of my house. Like,
everything I'm saying is coming from the Bible,
and
right?
that's how you know that's a scorner.
Yeah, that's.
He doesn't want to learn.
That's a demon.
Get the fuck out of my house, man. Like, my spirit's getting riled up too, man. That shit happened the other day. You can tell these stories are recent.
It's almost like, why would you even say that? Like, you know, I'm all about the scriptures. Everything I say comes from the scriptures. So when you say take away the scriptures, you're pretty much saying don't say anything.
Yeah, and you know why they said that is because on their own time they tried to read the scriptures and they couldn't get it. They were like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? And because
the veil is
the veil is still over there, and because they couldn't get it, they believe there's something wrong with the scriptures.
Yeah, that's pride. Yeah,
pride, man. That's a woman's pride. That's not even a man's pride. That's a woman's pride. That's purely emotional.
Yeah, that's
you expect to know everything then.
Yeah, that's literally being saying. That's like saying if I can get it, no one can get it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's not saying at least allow that person to actually have the chance to understand and then break it down to me. That's like saying if I can't get it, nobody is allowed to get it. What the fuck? Like, how can people move on?
Yeah.
You know? Oh, man. And then it goes on and it says, verse 2, Ezra chapter 15, verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. Which is this, which this is something that I personally got to deal with. Like I can't. If they don't get it, bro, I can't allow that to, pretty much piss my spirit off. You know what I mean? Because what was it? The word incredulity is disbelief, or let not the unbelief. Just like how it says in the book of Romans, chapter 3. For what if some did not believe, right?
That's incredulity.
Yeah, let not the disbelief of them trouble thee, because you're gonna have a lot of people who are gonna disbelieve, like the things that we say or the knowledge that we bring up according to the scriptures, right? Everything that we say comes back to the scriptures, and so when we're just having conversations with people, and if they don't get it, okay, we can't allow that to
trouble your spirit.
Exactly,
Yeah, because most of the time when that happens, it's like two reasons. One, because you're very sincere about it and passionate about it. So you're like, yo, I'm really trying to break this down to you.
Yeah, like that. So you're the serious one.
Yeah.
Like in this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then another time it could be a family member, so somebody you care about.
Yeah.
And they still can't get it. It's like, yo, and sometimes that infuriates your spirit too.
Yeah.
But the scripture also say that he that is ignorant, let him be ignorant still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like that's very true. That scripture is very true because you can't let that happen. It's almost like everything in the scriptures explains for you to be still.
Yeah.
You can't be moved by anything. You got to be still within the truth.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. He says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee."
Yeah.
For all the unfaithful, right, which goes back to the word incredulity, right?
Yeah.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, right? He that is wicked, let him be wicked still. Just leave him. They're just gonna, let the dead bury the dead, man. And that's what Yahweh himself said.
Yeah, come.
You know.
Yeah, that's true. So that one, the guy who wanted to bury his father,
he was like, Lord, just give me 1 second, like I'm just gonna go, like and bury my father, and then I'm gonna come and follow you, and and the Lord said, nah, man, let the dead bury the dead and come follow me.
That's crazy.
Simple.
I wish I was straight to the point, man.
Yeah.
You didn't care about anybody's emotions.
Yeah. Right. Verse 6 or verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Tell me we're not in that right now. You got to be outside of your goddamn mind to think that this world, this society we live in, is all peace. It's peaceful. There is nothing peaceful about this society. In reality, there is nothing peaceful about it. The only it's this simple. For us, the only thing peaceful in this society is the truth.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
For the people who are not in the truth, the only thing peaceful in the society for them is their own world.
Yeah.
That's why people are living in their own world.
Yeah, they do whatever they want.
They do whatever they want because in the end of the day, you got wars upon wars. You got shit, man. That situation in Iran, that's gonna keep building up, man.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of bombings and stabbings in Paris. Then you got the shit that's going on in America.
Yeah.
Like there's like storms on every angle.
Yeah.
And the scriptures and these scriptures explain that before it happened.
Yeah.
That's power, and that is why the Most High set up men to preach the truth according to prophecy, because this place is going down. This place is going down.
Exactly. And it says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, which is exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
How that there's, that there's things happening throughout the four corners of the earth.
Yeah.
There's, hell breaking loose here.
Yeah.
There's, this here. This is happening here. This is fighting against this. That's why the Lord Jehovah said that He will bring at variance the daughter against the mother, and the daughter-in-law against the,
Yeah, the son against the father.
Yeah. And that's what's happening right now. You can't tell me that we're living in good times.
Man, you have mothers who kill their kids.
Oh yeah.
Who sacrifice their kids for their own purpose, for what they want, man.
Yeah.
And then you got kids who kill their parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you got homosexuals, and then you got pedophiles, and you got bestiality. Like it's a cesspool, man.
And then you got women over the men.
Then you got women over the man. You got no men in the house.
Oh,
the food is all shit.
Oh, bro, it just gets worse
You know
and
what I mean?
worse, bro.
It's like,
Yeah.
every time I think about that, like by myself and I meditate,
Yeah.
I like to, I like to keep up with current events within the world.
Yeah.
And every time I see them and I think about it, I'm like, yo,
We're just getting worse and worse.
worse and worse. And like that scripture, I always remember, and his sins have reached unto heaven, man.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true, man. Very true. And it's like people that don't even know this truth understand that, things are not going to get better. It's only getting worse.
Man, you don't need the Bible. Honestly, you actually don't need the Bible to know that that war is coming.
Yeah.
If like that should be plain. And if it isn't, is most likely from it's most of the time is willful ignorance.
Yeah.
Willingly ignorant. Well, yeah, there's war everywhere, but come on, like the government's gonna protect us.
Yeah. People have too much hope in this system.
Way too much hope, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is
That'd be the same person who's getting taxed $600, $800 on his paychecks, and he's slaving away, but yet the government's gonna protect me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Foolish, just fools, man.
Exactly. Very, very true. It's like when we hear of things that are happening across the world, right? It's like people just naturally become numb to it a day or two later, right? When they hear of death, children being put to death, or a hurricane that just recently happened in the Bahamas, right? It's like this, whatever.
Yeah.
It's because it didn't happen here, right? And so they have that, that nonchalant attitude.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah,
but
it does
man,
suck, man.
just wait. Just wait until it happens here, man.
Yeah.
The moment it happens here, then people will lose their fucking mind and
Yeah.
then remember when they were scoffing when it happened across the, other part of the world, man.
Yeah.
You know? Fuck, people are disgusting, though. Like, fuck. That's why we're gonna start over, man.
Yeah.
Like, yo, man. And it says, verse 7, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness,
That's right.
which they profanely commit. Profanely commit.
Yeah.
Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Yeah.
Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
That's and what did we just finish doing before we
Yeah.
read this? We talked about our own experiences
Yeah.
with people of this world. That's our souls
Yeah,
crying,
complaining.
complaining about it because
Yeah.
it's the truth, man.
Yeah. We're
know?
hey, we're grieving. And you women, that piss us off, yo, that's like, when Yahweh Shai said, don't offend these little ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, that goes to you women too. That's why Yahweh Shai's now, coming back to fuck shit up, man.
1,000%. 1,000%.
You know?
It be the woman that grieves the man a lot of the time.
Yeah.
80% of the time. For me personally, 80% of my grievances is women. Whether that be my mother, that be my sister, whether that be family members or your actual woman,
Yeah.
it's women, man.
Yeah.
And then everything else is society. And really, even if you want to go deeper than the woman, it's the feminine vibe.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Because even outside of women, you got men that act feminine. That shit
Mm.
grieves your spirit too.
Yeah.
The society is more catered to a feminine state of mind. But at the end of the day, the order goes a man, woman, and children. You know?
Yeah.
People are soft. You tell them a simple honesty, you can get charged, severely charged by offending someone verbally. You haven't even touched them.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's a law now. Where like not now, but that has
Hate
always
speech.
Yeah. That has always been a law, but now it's being more pushed in, to actually,
Be mandated.
Yeah. Whereas they say that if you offend someone by using words, you can actually get charged for it. And so that's literally taking away the so-called freedom of speech,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because what we say here is not our words, and it might offend someone that's coming to listen.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah.
and so if they, pretty much like if they file, if they file a complaint, right? We could possibly get charged for it. Hence why I found it a word. But this is how society is, man.
Yeah.
Just like what the brother's saying is that feminine vibe.
Yeah,
it
man.
grieves our spirit because
Yeah.
even now they're pushing more and more that men need to express their emotions and you need to cry. And do this and do that. Nah, man, men don't do that shit, bro.
And honestly, man, it's crazy because they'll take the father out the home, so the child's constantly being raised by the mother,
Mm-hmm.
and if the child's not with the mother, he's out in the world being raised by the feminine vibe.
Yeah.
You know what? One thing, the main difference between men and women in this society is that women don't have discretion when they're emotional.
Yeah.
If you're a man and you're grieving, and you do that shit by yourself or with a trusted
Yeah.
confidant, like
Yeah.
a brother.
Yeah.
You don't go out there
And just pour your emotions
to
and
everybody
your,
and look at me, I'm sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Most High said, when you pray in secret.
Yeah, gird up that loins as a man.
Gird up that loins like a
Yeah.
man. You're gonna have to go through things, and as the head of the house,
Yeah.
if you start breaking down, everybody else is finished.
You look weak.
You look weak.
That's why Esau in the time of slavery, he would literally rape, the man, in front of the children to destroy that household, because then now it's like they're mentally fucked.
That's crazy.
They're mentally
yeah,
fucked.
That's crazy.
He would literally do it in front of the wife and the children, and they would see their father getting raped, and that's it. Like, what else? Like,
that's
how,
fucked up.
right? Like, how can you come back from that?
You're done.
You can't.
Mentally,
Like, spiritually, you're done.
Yeah, man,
And then your children won't look at you, and your wife won't look at you the same way,
You're-
though it wasn't your fault.
you might as well pack your bags,
Right?
bro. Start a new life with a new
Dude.
family, because that's
Yeah, but that's how Esau destroys the household, and that's how it is now, right? And so Esau is pushing out that law where they want men to show their emotions. Hence why they come up with that masculine toxic. What's it called? I'm a toxic masculinity.
toxic masculinity.
Yeah. Whereas now they're pretty much saying that if you're aggressive, if you're a man, pretty much,
Yeah, it's
right?
toxic.
That's toxic. How fucked up is that, man?
Something new every day.
Literally, that's what they're saying. Like, they even had a commercial about it. You know, check the light fusion. You know, and that's what Esau is literally pushing out there. And then, you know, even like on the radio, you know, they're talking about it. You know, toxic masculinity, man.
And you know, man, like it's so twisted too. You know, and not to talk too much, but it's twisted too because that toxic masculinity thing that derives from seeing men overreact from things. You know what I mean? Like, for example, they say, you know, they'll say like, you know, you can't be aggressive, you can't be all that. They're only saying that because there's a bunch of boys out there who got too aggressive and acted like a woman.
Yeah.
And now they paint all of us with the same brush.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I like it's just like that's another thing too, man. Because at the end of the day, man, a man's mind and everything in his whole constitution should be balanced. It should be everything should be about being balanced, which in turn, spiritually is about balance, verbally, logical, emotionally still.
Yeah. Very
right?
true.
But you got people who are on one side or the other, and then for the little 1% of us men that are actually still, we have to be, you know, we have to be punished for the sins of those men too as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you know? which is
suffer the consequences.
Yeah, which is crazy because, like, you know, that's how literally this society is heading towards. Whereas now, you know, it's like the moment you show aggression, which is normal, but how do you deal with it, right?
Yeah,
and that's what they don't talk about.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah.
You know, they just use those terms aggressive, and then they automatically think, oh, he's just rah. You know what I mean? Nah, man, we show our emotions, but we also, you know,
controlled aggression.
Exactly, we also control it. You know,
we try to, man.
Yeah, right? Because hey, we understand that living in this society, man, anything you do, Esau could literally come in, like. Esau is like a roaring lion, look, you know, coming, you know, he's just waiting, you know, he's just waiting. Did you look at her the wrong way? Come on, nigga, you're getting locked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's literally like that, and so it's like, damn, man, you know, we need Yahushua. That's the only answer.
Yeah, we need,
Insane, man. And it says. Verse 9, and therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Right? Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
That's right, and that's America, man. America is the modern day Egypt. America is the modern day Babylon. And America is the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. We even gotten to a point now, back then it was just Egypt, it was just Babylon, it was just Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, it's, you know, the whole world is catching the same vibe.
Wow.
It's drinking up the same cup.
It's already the same.
It's already the same, you know? So it's all over the place. All over the place.
And it says, But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
And so what do we got going on in America? Okay, you got all types of STDs and sexual transmitted diseases running rampant in America. Like, I mean rampant. How much? Damn near. I mean, I don't even want to get into that, but how much homosexuals are out there?
Yeah.
You know. What about the state? What about the state of affairs when it comes to welfare for our people? You literally, as a woman, you have to have your man out of the house to get benefits to feed your kids.
Yeah. Which then leads to a lot of divorces.
Exactly.
You know.
The divorce rate.
Yeah.
The school system.
Yeah.
The school system. The prison system.
Yeah.
For our people.
Yeah.
There's all these different systems to draw our people away from the Lord.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. And that's what Egypt was.
Yeah.
Egypt was a system that drew us away from the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
Babylon was a system that did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And now America is the heart of that, and that's all over the world now.
Yeah. Very true. Like, you know, talking about divorce rate, even in small communities, like when like like when we moved here, right?
Yeah.
Like you saw a lot of families that were together and so on and on. Like these are communities that literally, regardless of what the fuck happens, the man and the woman are always together.
Yeah.
Bro, now they're just breaking up left and right.
Yeah.
You know, kids are gone here and there. You know, women getting married. You know, and having children with this man and that man. It's like, damn, man. Like the whole system is totally backwards. Man.
Well, you have lots of siblings that are like half siblings.
Yeah.
Same mom, different dads.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's another example of that, man.
Yeah.
It didn't work out, so they hop somewhere else.
Yeah. And so it's like when you see that, bro, you know we're at the end. Because that just goes to show you now, okay, well, just 10, 15 years ago, what changed? Why are men just like, fuck it, man, I'm out? Like, what had happened? Because a lot of times it's like, these women like, oh, you're so strong for raising your children. I said, what the fuck did you do? You know what I mean? Because it's like, god damn. Like, a man is logical. What made him think, let me get the fuck out? That means you are fucking wicked as a woman. Now again, I'm not saying, everything, is
Falls
pretty
on
much,
the women.
yeah.
But men are out there being
Right?
stupid too.
Right, but at the same time, god damn. Like, why are men just leaving so easy?
Yeah.
You know? Like, why, like, right? Like, why, hey, at the end of the day, right? The woman is the man's glory. If this man is running away from his household, you must be some type of wicked shit because, right? He should be fighting to be with you because you're his glory, right? But if that's the opposite, yo, I don't know what the fuck is happening in that household, right? So hey, it is what it is. It just goes to show you that we're living in a time. This is an adulterous generation, man. Nobody's together with with anyone anymore. Bro.
What did I hear before? I don't know if you said this, but she's not your woman. It's just your turn. And it's fuck that makes the brother want to cry, bro. It's like, yo, I might as well just do what Paul said and be alone. Cause it's very true.
Yeah, because it's like you build a relationship, right? So you build emotions for that individual, for that woman, right? And then knowing that shit is just all gonna be just turned upside down the next day, like fuck that. Then I don't want to start.
Or it's already been tampered with.
Yeah.
Like you want something brand new, fresh, virgin, man.
Yeah.
You want to come. Now we're in a society where men have to deal with the fact that, like, we have to be with a woman because we're men and we have our desires. We have to be with a woman. We have to settle to be with a woman that has, God knows how many spirits in her.
Yeah.
Like we really don't know. And she might tell you, like 3, 4, maybe 4 times that shit by 100.
Bro, if she doesn't know the exact number, that means that it's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah,
Like,
100%. And you can, man, honestly, like when you just look them in the eyes when you ask them that question, and you know right away. But that's what I mean. And what that does is, and Esau has every angle thought out, man. Every angle thought out, because now here's that man.
Now you have to settle for she only has 2 women. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't have to do that.
Exactly. Now that man is forced to be your third. He sleeps with her. Every demon she has is on him, and now his life gets all fucked. You always see this in memes. When the man's not in a relationship, he's in shape. He looks good. In a relationship, he gains all this fat and all this estrogen. Well, it's because she's just passing along, and that's all they are. They're vessels of other men.
You're carrying a fucking, what's it called? Like, you're carrying weight with you.
Yeah, you're carrying weight with it's an anchor.
Yeah.
That's all it is, man. That's why, man, like, I get a brother thinking, I might just pay for my stuff, man. I just pay for my shit. You get a brother thinking sometimes, like.
Yeah, like I remember watching the one brother out there in Newark.
New York?
Yeah, DTA.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he was talking about it. He said, I'ma get you a bad bitch, that pretty much like I'ma get you like a big woman that has the low self-esteem.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
That is so true, bro.
And it's very true.
Right?
Yeah, because she'll never put up a fight.
No,
she'll
bro.
do whatever you want.
Oh.
That's true, actually, man.
Right?
Very true.
But then when you deal with someone who thinks they're all that, bro, and they're loud, like, fuck. Fuck. Can you imagine
I
that?
know that, bro. That's some wisdom right there, bro.
Right? Just understand, just for the meantime.
And it's like I'm with you all the time. It's just, when I'm burning, and it's just, it's part of my cross, right? Yahushua is coming, man. Yahushua is coming.
Yahushua is coming, bro. That's right. Hey, like and the scripture says, like, and if she be pleased. Like if she be pleased to dwell with you, that's it.
Yeah, keep
hey,
her around, man.
and you know what? In the kingdom, like you might change your body up, man.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
will.
it is.
Yeah.
That's it,
a
right?
must.
That's it.
You might be big on this side, but you're not gonna be big on the other side.
That's right, because the spirit is not, like it doesn't have, this is a fat spirit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It just all depends on how you take care of yourself, because like we're in the flesh.
Yeah.
That's right.
What verse are you at?
Verse 12.
Okay, go to. Yeah, after that.
Second Ezra chapter 15 verse 12 now it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with plague and punishment that Yahweh Hashem shall bring upon it.
That's right.
They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with fearful consolation.
So guess what? All you Jakes out there in America, okay, that that rely on your job and the money you make. What is that gonna do? How's that gonna profit you in the day of destruction?
Yeah.
Exactly what that's saying, man. Because at the end of the day, because you're not gonna buy your way into the kingdom.
Yeah.
There's no way that's happening.
Yeah.
And Esau is not gonna let you what do they call you? Goyim. That's what they call you. He's not gonna let you guys inside his bunkers and his safe houses that he has. That's why, man, like people that rely on their people that rely on their what do you call that?
Wealth?
Wealth, but their resources.
Yeah, resources.
More than their own selves, like more than their own faith. Those people are the ones that are the weakest.
Yeah.
Because when those resources are taken from them,
Then
they
they-
actually have nothing.
Yeah, that's why, like, they talk about how so-called white people, when they lose their job, they commit suicide. Like, that shit is funny to me, right? Because, I want to quit my fucking job because I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Not because I don't have it.
You're right?
Yeah, man.
Or, you're right, like, like,
So funny.
when they get fired, that's it, they lose their minds. It's because their life depends on that shit,
Yeah,
which
man.
is, the flesh.
Yeah. Honestly, man, when I was younger and it wasn't as smart as I am now, bro, I was losing jobs left and right, and I was all right.
Right, you're here today.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I had
you're
faith,
here.
but like I would work summers for a while, and I'll put in work, and then I'll fuck off and I get fired. And I'm like, yo, honestly, I'll take like 3 weeks off. The last paycheck, I'm like, yo, 3 weeks off. Let me just chill out for a bit, take a vacation, then go look for a job again, then recycle. Obviously that's not how you want to live your life, but the point is, we can do time, or we can make do with time away from work, man, away from slavery.
Yeah.
But majority of the people in the world, their whole life is on their dream job, their dream house, what they have. You think Jay-Z or any of those celebrities will drop everything they have for the truth? Even if they knew it was the truth, because they do.
Yeah, they do.
These guys know it's the truth, and they still haven't came to the apostle and said, you know what, man, we wanna.
Yeah. Hey, well, what's his name? Cameron Durant, right? The reason why, like, he's changing, his jersey number to number 7 is because, like, is because, like, he said that number means completion. Number 7.
Yeah, look at that. That's it.
He knows the truth.
Yeah, he knows the truth.
Where do you hear of that?
Yeah.
Outside of this,
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. That's from the apostles. That shows you they're watching the videos, man.
Yeah.
They're watching the videos.
Yeah. That's right. That's right, man.
Is that it on that?
Yeah, that
Okay.
was
So with that, we're gonna close up. We're gonna say
Halal Yahweh wa Yahweh Shai Bahashem Ruach Kodash
And double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone.
Yeah.
And salutations to the elect, pushing this word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth.
Yeah.
Death and destruction to his wicked kingdom, the birth of Israel and Esau as well.
Come.
Shalom.
Shalom.